Hello, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it right away by pulling some symbols. This is going to be your reading for next 3 months, money and success. By the way, if you're new here, I am Divine Light and I'm so happy you joined me today. And if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. It's a free way to be here. You can hit the bell and you will never miss a video. We have a healing here, the deer and the oat. Wow, this is really powerful because healing is about money healing, guys, okay? Because it's an energy. Money is an energy. And even if we think it is a material thing, it helps us to receive our desires and in energy wise, okay? Because money as a paper, it doesn't really have any value because we believe it has a lot of energy. That's why like $1 has a certain energy, the 100 has a certain energy. So that's how we actually when we believe we're worthy of that energy, we attract more of it. Some of you might be healing. Maybe you had a discourse, you didn't have a good relationship with the money, or this can be about earning money or receiving money freely. Something is healing within you. Okay, we're going to get more clarity when we look into the coffee cup. This can even be if the authority that is actually controlling the money issue at your home. Because I'm a female, so that was my experience with the money. It can be something actually made you thought, like the authority made you think when you're growing up, you're only worthy of money if you're working really hard, or you are not even worthy of it even if you're working really hard. That can be the situation. The healing is coming forth. We have, yes, the goat and the willow overcoming obstacles. It seems like, but the goat's energy, we're going to tap into it a little bit. Goat is a stubborn creature, okay? They're so stubborn, they don't even eat artificial stuff. They only eat, I think, certain type of grass or like green grass. So this is basically telling me, which Taurus, you're really good at the things that when you all want something, you are very good at like a very locking on to the target and being stubborn about that. But this is in the good sense here. So it seems like you can tap into the goat's energy and while overcoming the obstacles that's going to come. I feel like it's going to be also showing up around healing the money issue, okay? So when you're healing, what happens is the things that you don't desire to have, experiences can come forth. And in that moment, you need to really stay grounded and keep reminding yourself, this is my journey of healing and I'm going to have plenty of this thing in my life, okay? And that's what I'm healing right now, the lack mentality. We have the vulture and the asphodel upheaval. This is basically letting go of your old story, guys, okay? And you need the vulture to come in to clean up the past. And that's what the vulture does. Animals do not have negative intentions. Animals actually have a purpose. And if this is your spirit animal coming to you, it is basically telling you, I'm here to clean up the past issues, okay? So this will require you to let go of the things that you believe was true, you thought was true, you were fed as truth or forced. And this is going to require you to really put a curtain in between you and the past and close that chapter, okay? Another one we have here, it's going really spiritual. Porcupine and the anemone, which is boundaries it comes with. And I feel like this is about your boundaries when it comes to money. It comes to relationship with your money issues and stuff. You need to put boundaries in between. And this can be even a boundary that you're putting to yourself. If you're thinking that, oh, it's not available to me, I'm not going to have this, whatever that thought running in your head, you need to put a boundary and say, you know what, you shall not pass. You don't belong here, okay? Let's dive into your coffee cup now. Let's see what's happening in there. I see an eye coming. Kind of looks like a hazel eye, which, yeah, the color of the coffee. But the hazel can be like a brightening up the dark, basically. It's like a mid-level. Okay, let's think of it. The eye color is like the dark brown, the lighter brown, the hazel going to like a green and a blue. Think of it as like a color scale here. It seems like your eyes are gonna start, they're starting to open to a new possibility. I see some pathway opening for some of you. This is leading you towards a branch right here, a younger branch. The branch can be like, the literally popped in my head, maybe a branch of a company. okay? A new branch of something that you can really explore. Another thing here is like a new field of science if you're dealing with scientific things, because somebody actually told me a word the other day. I didn't know what it meant. It is a profession. There is a profession, and I feel like it's not a new profession, but it is required. Many of, like in the hospitals, this profession is required, and experts. But the thing is, we don't use this is not a daily thing. We don't know it, and there might be something out there like really fitting with your persona, really fitting you with your life goals, the vision, what gives you life when you do it, and you can pursue. And it's time to start like exploring those things. The pathway might be opening outside of your comfort zone. Can be even like a trip that you're going to take, which is going to help you explore. This can be like, those kind of tours, guys, they arrange, or maybe this is like really outside your comfort zone type of like a trip that you go to. It can really give you the inspiration of where your passion lies, okay? And the healing is going to occur. I see here a trident. The trident shows up with the 3rd month, and before the trident we have actually a cave you're entering into. I see here the cave can be a place of security that you're going to walk into, and the trident is a tool of power. Kind of looks like a W, a win as well for some of you. And I see that somebody's swimming here, guys. Swimming is actually being in the flow and going with the vibe. The swimming is going to take you outside your comfort zone. I don't know if you can see someone right there. He, like, the head kind of looks like, to me, those legs things. I forgot what it is. It's like a duck pallets, something that you use, but this person is wearing this on their hand. This can be something you do with your hands, guys, that's going to actually put you in the flow. It can be even like swimming towards a certain direction, like going there with a flow of energy, which is going to end up bringing you a win. But the cave can be like an underwater cave here. Water symbolizes emotions. So while you are doing this thing, you're going to also go through the emotions, okay? Sometimes when you explore a new area, this can really rise up fear, like because you don't know what you're doing, and can be fear, anxiety, anger can come to surface. These are the things that, instead of maybe causing you to drop your heart's desire, because this is going to be something really opening your heart, you need to run like a swim towards this emotions rather than running away from them. What happens there is heart's desire from your heart growing here, you can see the beanstalk, which I see there's clarity coming forward. The sun is shining on the beanstalk as well. Jack and the beanstalk, if you know the story, Jack actually his mom throws them out into the yard, and the bean grows and reaches to the sky, to the land of giants. And some of you might be really thinking really small because you have been programmed that way, because you have been put in a box and thought that way all your life long. But it seems like some of you are growing this beanstalk very quickly within the first month. Maybe it's something that you're taking a leap of faith, stepping into an environment, and you're seeing that you belong to this environment. And there's also even a higher level. Higher level is the beanstalk you're climbing, that there are giants living up there. And I think Jack actually finds a chicken that lays golden eggs there. I think that's how the story goes. And it seems like the beanstalk is going to be maybe your stairs climbing to the top of like this giant world, the world of giants. You need to take a leap of faith, and you need to take the necessary action when the opportunity presented. Or maybe if you feel your intuition is guiding you towards a certain direction, you need to go get to that place. That can be where the stairs are actually, the beanstalk is located, okay? That you're going to be able to climb. Within the second month, I see here kind of like a choir singing, and the songs are really like, it's spreading like an energy out there. It's like the growing here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I see like big mouths are opening here. Some of you, if this is an art form that you want to experience, it can be like you being on the stage and singing. It can also be like a holy energy, okay? Maybe some spiritual thing that you're gonna be doing, or spiritual exploration, or maybe this is like healing modality that you're learning, but it can involve voice, okay? It can involve singing, or it can involve some sort of like a musical thing here. Um, it can be something that you first experience yourself and then you go with it, because there's a roller coaster on top of this group here, this band. This can also be something when you're going with a roller coaster of life, you're catching a glimpse of it, okay? That's why I feel like letting go of the past, what doesn't work for you anymore, is going to be really important for you to be able to catch these things, because when your mind is always in the past, you cannot really see what's happening in front of you. It is going to be important here to catch this when you're going with a roller coaster of life. Oh, this is something that I should pay attention to, or this is something very beautiful, maybe I should start doing that. When you do that, this is actually, you're wearing a cloak here. This can be even something, I'm going to say, maybe a skill that you have, you don't consider it as something that maybe you can make money off of, okay? Can be teaching, singing, can be being on the stage. Like, this is basically serving a lot of people, or doing something that those that reminded me sometimes. We don't see the orchestra. I don't know if you ever been to a ballet recital. Is it called recital? I'm not sure. That orchestra is actually in the, like, there's a gap in between the stage and the where you're sitting, and they're down there. You don't really see the people playing there, but they are the ones actually making this, because when you quiet everything down, it seems like some ballet dancers jumping on the stage. It doesn't have any meaning. And so it seems like you might be the one real adding the meaning to a certain structure here, okay? So you're doing the massive work here. That's why I feel like now this trident makes sense, because trident is your tool that you use here, okay? It can be a musical instrument. This can be your words. It can be the skill that you're using here, but it needs to hit the spot. You need to throw it. So you need to like take action. This might require, we have a conductor here. I feel like there's a conductor, maybe even guiding it towards a certain direction. So when the guidance is there, maybe you need to take the guidance too, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. The conductor and the orchestra shows up within the second month. Trident shows up within the third month. This can be you grabbing the trident after you adapt yourself into this new thing, okay? Hold your desire in your mind and see what's happening there. I see the symbol of Aries here. You might have an Aries in your life. There are two desires. There's still some time for both. Another thing, the Aries here, the second month, it shows up. That can be the conductor. That can be the leader that you need to follow. Another thing here, this can be a family business, guys. So I'm starting to think maybe Aries is the leader of the household, and you are Taurus. You come right after the Aries. You are the maybe number 2 here in this mix, and this can be something that you are. Yeah, there's two desires. Both of them are flowing. As soon as I said the following the Aries, following the leader, maybe you need to take off their hands something, or this can be someone you collaborate and create something. You're going to start very limited, whatever this is, this money-making machine maybe you're going to set up. I see there's a woman holding a child of like a hand of a boy, a child here. A boy can be your dream. The woman can be mother, or like you nurturing, holding the hand and growing this thing. It seems like the Aries can be the masculine energy here, and you are the feminine, the creative part of the story. And this Aries can be the seller of this item here, someone who does the maybe marketing or whatever it is that you are actually desiring at this point to do with that. And there's partnership necessary. And I see that you're starting in a small scale. This is not something big, but it is like one at a time. It's expanding, as you can see. So something that has massive potential basically, but yeah, the chariot right there is beautiful. So it's not starting in a massive scale, but it's going to have big potential of growth, okay? It can be even your life goals. I keep talking about maybe businesses attracting people. This can be even working in a hospital, working around many people. It can be something actually starting with that, okay? Let's dive into the tarot. and see what's happening there. 10 of Wands is you carrying the whole world on your back. That's why it's not only that. I feel like you also have some emotional things carrying on your back when it comes to money issues. And those are really weighing you down and slowing you down. And the devil wants to peek and say, you know what, maybe it's causing you to overthink stuff. And instead of tapping into the goat's energy to use it for your benefit, you're overthinking something, and that's pausing you on your tracks and maybe causing you to choose the negative cycle here. So what you need to do, let's see. King of Wands, I saw. 7 of Arrows. Okay. You need to be strategic with your making your dreams come true. King of Arrows is someone who actually is passionate about what they want to build, strategic. Also, 7 of Arrows in your reading, I feel like symbolizes being strategic rather than just, impulsively jumping into things, which Taurus, it's not really your nature. But I feel here that, because of the burdens that you're under, maybe a lot of burdens right now, maybe you just want to jump into something. But this 7 of Arrows is just like your sign to tell you that you need to start building a strategy rather than being like mindlessly doing things, okay? High Priestess is your intuitive guidance here, your gut feeling, and also maybe the signs telling you. Ask from the universe, send me a sign, okay? Send me a positive sign and watch what it delivers. It can be an angel number. It can be a person coming and giving you approval. It can be something popping on your screen, which has been happening to me recently a lot. Video I turn on and they say, okay, you're on the right track, for example, which it has nothing to do with it. It's just someone talking about some celebrity gossip, which is my guilty pleasure. So they even say such a thing like that. And I say, you know what? Yes, I'm doing the right thing right now. So listen to your High Priestess, listen to the signs that are being given to you. And it seems like they're not going to be out in the open, okay? The actions are going to be out in the open, that you're going to be in front of everybody's, like in front of, like people are going to be watching what you're doing. That's why I feel like it's good to be a little bit having a boundary around you while you're overcoming the obstacles, and also being strategic and being quiet is important. King of Cups is emotionally fulfilling offer coming from an authority that is loving and supportive. King of Cups can be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or can be someone who is very gentle soul. He has a fish right here, otter. Otters are really gentle. They hold hands. This is a person who maybe wants to hold your hand and really help you to achieve your desires. But the thing is, you need to be ready to receive it, okay? If you're carrying the whole world on your back, it becomes really hard to see what becomes available to you. So that's why take it easy this timeline, okay? What else we have here? Time to let go is the groundhog spirit. Came with, we have vulture here. Some things that you're holding on to are not really serving you anymore. This can be anger that you felt towards someone, maybe didn't give you your part of your inheritance or what you're deserving of, didn't give you the love that you desired. And usually lack of money shows up in our lives because of the lack of love, lack of self-love. And it seems like it's time to let that go because you are ready to give it to yourself. You have all the skills, you have all the love in your heart to give it to yourself. We have sometimes life stings. Oh wow, it's again 10 of Wands here. I feel like this is 10 of Wands energy. 7 of Arrows can also meaning that someone actually plotting against you, doing things behind you. That's why you need to be strategic. You need to be in, I feel like, doing things quietly. And also, like, if something negative comes in, happens, instead of just dwelling on that negative energy too much, realizing that everything happens for a reason. Okay, I think this is the wasp spirit says, yeah, wasp. Oh wow, they're very scary, by the way. So it can be something also you can take caution. Okay, we have white raven, trust in the magic. So you can be cautious about that energy, that you don't get stung by something that you don't deserve. Okay, you don't deserve to be treated that way, maybe. Another thing, we have the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. So maybe it's coming to sting you so you can transform into something that you want to become as well. I know for a fact certain things, when you're afraid of something, it happens. So if there's something you're afraid right this moment, you can do a freeze spell. I believe spells are not really about making magic. It's like a Harry Potter style or Gandalf. No, I believe that our minds are like we still have a child in our head and just operates things through that child mind. And that child wants to play games and doing something in a way that, oh, this is magic now. Look at this. Look, this is what I'm doing. This is going to work. It's magical. I'm light a candle. It's going to work. We're actually making that child believe that we're protecting ourselves with those little tricks. So you can do those little things and rituals and such to make that child maybe feel secure, okay? And when your mind believes in something, you can do anything. We have perception. Exactly. Changing your perception is going to be really important during this time. You are getting ready to have a shift in perception that will change everything. So you can also see it that way. What you're doing, when you believe, if I do this, it's going to work. If I write down my desire, it's going to come to me. The perception, when the perception changes, it starts happening, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.